Oh, always so verbose, Bill Belichick. Patriots currently 7-point dogs at Arrowhead this Sunday. Under Belichick, the Pats are 9-2 against the spread, 6-5 outright when they are catching at least 7 points. And they've actually covered 6 straight, dating back to October of 2001, the year they won the Super Bowl for the first time with Tom Brady. Back with Joe here. All right, Chiefs coming off that big high on the road at Baltimore, win outright as a dog. But they get the Patriots. So it's not exactly like a super flat spot because the Patriots and Belichick still get their attention, but it's 7 points.
I want the points. I'll take New England here plus the points. Weary because obviously Kansas City can score in bunches. It's no secret the NFL has advanced scouts, right? Guys that go out on the road that are looking at the schedule a game or two down the line. The NFL this year, because of the playoff rule change, you only have one team getting a bye in the AFC, one team getting a bye in the NFC. That game Kansas City knew against Baltimore was the game. If you can beat them, you have the head-to-head tiebreaker as well. That's their stiffest competition for that one bye, which is going to be extraordinarily valuable this year. They dump all their resources into that game. They win that game on a Monday night. They travel back to Kansas City, and who's waiting for them? New England. It's a terrible, terrible spot for the Chiefs. Conversely, Kansas City 28th in opponent yards per rush this year. New England 5th in yards per rush this year. They're going to be able to run the ball. Cam and that offense, they are going to grind that clock and keep Mahomes off the field. I want the 7 in my pocket here, Doug.
That would be the only side I would play. Good thing, the betting market, Mahomes no longer an underdog, right? No, but I will say, so remember Lamar Jackson called the Chiefs his kryptonite?
Yeah.
Belichick has kind of had Mahomes' number, all things considered, although it's not as one-sided as the Ravens-Chiefs has been. Okay, let's bring in Preston Johnson now. I want to look ahead to the Monday night game. We've seen some line movement between the Falcons and Packers. Packers going from 6.5-point favorites through 7 to 7.5. Do you agree with this move?
I don't. I try not to bet on the Falcons this season, and here we are. I have to do it. I know the difference between 6.5 and 7.5 is really significant. It's a 1-point move, but 7 is such a key number. It's going to be a lot different than if this moved from 11 to 12, right? And when you just look from a market perspective, now I know the 2 games that Atlanta just squandered, everyone's calling for Dan Quinn's name. This could be it for him. I understand this could be a blowout, and then that's it. But you look at just 2 weeks ago against Dallas, they were as low as a 2.5-point underdog on the road. Is the Packers 5 points better than the Cowboys? And not only 5 points, but through the key numbers of 3, from 2.5 to 7.5 and 7. It just doesn't line up from a market perspective. Now, I get the perception, but look at this. Green Bay, they're bottom 5 defense in DVOA. They're dead last in the NFL in opponent yards per play. It's not like the Falcons can't score, and Matt Ryan has a ton of weapons. And if they do squander a crazy lead late, well, they're probably covering 7.5 then anyway. So under 1 score now at 7.5, you have to just bet it and hold your nose.
And that's the thing we talked about last week with Drew Brees and company. This Falcons offense, significantly better, I would say, than the Saints without Michael Thomas, right? Like, they have more weapons. I know Kamara's a total stud, but Brees at this age, the Falcons offense has not been the issue this year. Special teams and defense have been the issue.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.